Hello friends, this is Jackie from Keep It Simple Stickers and welcome to another reading BUJO. I'm not going to call it a setup video, but I'll kind of give you an overview of my August TBR and the books I'm reading to complete the N.E.W.T.s. So if you're interested in seeing some of those spreads and seeing what I am reading, then definitely keep on watching. I did this last week when I was setting up for my N.E.W.T.s. This is my cover that I obviously hand lettered myself, and I've decided since July that I want to think of 3 goals for myself for that month. And it doesn't necessarily have to be reading. I think it's just 3 goals overall. I've been utilizing this little dot notebook that I got from Hobby Lobby last year a lot recently. I've been starting my budget, my August budget's in here. I'm sure you might have seen that video. And I'm trying to use it more. I love the size of it. It's a B6 size. I would say it's probably a little bit bigger. So I just did my plan with me for this week. So this is inserts from the penny pages, which is a B6. So I'd say it's probably about maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 inches larger. So it's a really good size. It fits within my pouch with my markers and all my stuff for bullet journaling. And I really like it. I actually ordered a B6 sized disc bound from the penny pages for next year, but I definitely have so much more room in here that I want to use. And it's just been working out for me so far. So I chose just oranges, like a yellow orange and just a bright orange for the spreads this month. And my goals, as you can see, is to adjust to my new schedule when Joe goes back to work, complete my N.E.W.T.s, and then to grow my new Shopify website. So I'm just focusing on 3. They're very general. They're very broad. I'm not like detailing or bullet listing them out necessarily. It's just when I open this up, when I'm trying to update it every day, it's kind of in my face, if you will. So over here, I do still have my hello months. So this is August. I just put this in on my silhouette and printed and cut them out. It is a little large, which I don't really mind. So it will flop over a little bit into my startup page, but like I said, it doesn't matter to me at all. So here is where I have printed and cut a few more items that I was going to lay down with you all. So the first thing that I want to lay down is my ore job, which I chose back in April. I want to be an ore through, that's part of the Harry Potter world, in case you are unfamiliar. They are those who are responsible for rounding up all of the dark wizards and putting them into Azkaban. And that's actually what Harry Potter is striving to do throughout the series. That's like his end goal. So this is the first and only Owls that I participated in April, and now N.E.W.T.s here in August. And there will no longer be any more magical readathons that are geared specifically towards Harry Potter. This readathon was developed by G over at Book Roast, excuse me, friends. And she is not going to be doing a Harry Potter read-along anymore, readathon. I believe she is going to be switching over to a more magical one in the future, but it will not be Harry Potter themed. So I definitely wanted to try and get my profession that I was going for. So that is a little bit of a job description there. And then over here, I have the 2 pieces of the N.E.W.T.s, which give you your prompts. And I think when I printed them and then hand cut them out, you can see, kind of did a botched job, but that just lends to the whole old-timey look of things, right? I think I wanted to do it like this because I didn't want to cover up any of the text. See if we can't get these down. So these just have the prompts, friends, and to become an ore, I have to do 9 prompts. So I have to read 9 different books. There is no doubling up in this readathon, and you have to go in order. So for Defense Against the Dark Arts, I have to have, oh Shoot, I'm covering up divination. Let's see if I can't. Oh, no. It's just going to have to cover up divination, y'all. Sorry, Trelawney. I didn't need any of those either. Doesn't really matter to me. I get to drop her after, what, year 5, friends? All my Harry Potter friends. So for Defense Against the Dark Arts, I have to get an O, which means if you look here, in order to get an O, you first have to get an A, which is to read a horror or a thriller, and then you go to the Water Demon or Book with Demons water theme, and then finally read an epic fantasy. And if you get all of those, then you get your O in Defense Against the Dark Arts, and so on and so forth. I actually started a few days early, but don't worry, friends. I am a rule follower. Okay, so I think I started on the 28th of July. So I will finish my N.E.W.T.s however many days 31 is after that. I will count and I will finish it. I will not go beyond. However, G has mentioned, because this is the last one, that there really is no rush. Like, just take your time and have fun with it. So if I don't finish, I'm going to carry on until I finish. So here are my 9 books. I'll go through them really quickly. I'm not really good at giving reviews. So if you want to know more about them, you can chat with me in the comments, but I'll try and give a quick overview. So for herbology, I have to get an A, which stands for acceptable. And for that prompt, your book has to have a flower on the cover, and I chose With the Fire on High, and it's 400 pages. This is a YA book. I believe it's written in verse. I listened to it audibly, so I couldn't tell you. It read like a novel, but it is about a high school single mom who wants to become a culinary, a chef, essentially, and it's about her journey, both taking care of her young daughter and still going after her dreams. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I already finished it. Potions, I have to get, I believe, an E. So the first level, we'll just call them levels, in potions is Sky in title or Sky on the cover. And I listened to Wings of Fire, book 11, which is my beloved dragon series. This takes place on a new continent with new characters. But they're kind of overlapping with some of the characters in there's 3 different sets of 5 books. So I'm on the 3rd set, and they are kind of now crossing over at the end. I just finished it. At the end, something happens and there's some crossover. So, it's a really good series. I can't tell too much about it just because I'm on book 11, but it's a middle grade fantasy, obviously. And they're funny and they're really fun to listen to. If you have kids, I would say between the ages of like 9 to 12, definitely, and they like to read, definitely consider, introducing them to this series. It's just very good, very action-packed, good characters, good character development. I really enjoy it, and I'm 35 years old. So now that I finished Wings of Fire, I can go on to this next book, which is author's name starts with a letter D, so that could be their first name or their last name. And I chose Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise, which is another middle grade. I don't know anything about it except for the fact that I believe it's a father and her daughter. I'm trying to pull it up on my Hoopla right now so I can tell you the author's name. Dan Gemmenhart. Yes, Dan Gemmenhart. So D. And it is a middle grade. There's a cat on the cover. I'm all into that. So we'll see. We'll see if I like it. I'm not starting that yet. Even though I finished this, I'm going to wait a little bit. Transfiguration, I need to have an A. So I chose the YA Contemporary Tweet Cute, which I believe is about 2 teenagers that start tweeting each other, and then a relationship forms. For charms, I have to get an E, so I need to start with the Bromance Book Club. That's the second book. It's called Bromance Undercover. I believe the first one was actually called Bromance Book Club. So this follows another character in that, and this book is a adult contemporary. And it's about a group of men who have formed a book club that revolves around reading romance novels, and then how they can put, traits and characteristics from romance novels into their own life and relationships. I'm enjoying it. It's a quick read. I started yesterday. I think I'm almost close to 100 pages in. So I am enjoying it. For E, I will be reading Angel Falls by Kristen Hanna. I don't know much about it. I have read The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and I believe Winter Garden. Those are kind of more hard-hitting contemporary, kind of with a historical fiction element to it. So I'll be reading that, I believe, after I finish Romance Book Club. I'm pretty sure. I've completed my A in Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is to read a horror or a thriller. I read The Shadows by Alex North. It was good. It was twisty. It was turny. It was hard to put down. I read The Whisper Man earlier this year by Alex North, and it has made my top 10 list of the year. Absolutely love that book. So I was super excited. This was a brand new release in July from him. It was good. I enjoyed it. Currently starting The Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare for my Demons prompt. This, I believe, is part of the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. I am in the middle of reading her Mortal Instruments. I think I'm getting that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, friends. It's a YA fantasy, and these 3 books, this is the first one, takes place before the Mortal Instruments, but you're supposed to read them after the 3rd book of the Mortal Instruments. I'm confused. I just started it. I started reading the Mortal Instruments, and I wasn't super impressed with the first book, but then I read the second one and I actually liked it, and I read the third one and I liked it. So I think I'm going to continue on with this series. And I heard these 3 are actually even better than the Mortal Instruments. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to give it a go, and I got it on audio through my library. So I'm like, that's perfect. And then the big daddy, the big kahuna, Big Mama is Mistborn number 3, which I think is called Hero of Ages. It's 724 pages, friends. I read the second book, The Well of Ascension, in June, and that was my slowest month thus far, because The Well of Ascension was something like this amount as well, but it was huge, and it took me 3 weeks to read. So I can't have this book take me 3 weeks to read, because then there's no way I'll be able to get through the rest of it. But I'm hoping I get there. I really want to finish this trilogy. My husband loved the Mistborn trilogies. He's read both sets. There's another trilogy that takes place in the Cosmere, I think 300 years after this one. Not interested in reading that, friends, but I need to finish this. It was one of the series I wanted to read this year, so I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it done, friends. I'm gonna get it done. So this is how my daily trackers are looking. So, daily, I put that in quotes. This one I do daily, okay? This one I have been doing every single day. This one I have only been doing when I complete a book. So I kind of do like a cumulative. So, like the first book I finished, I think was With the Fire on High. So I didn't do this one. Does that make sense? Do we get it? And then when I added Fire on High and The Shadows, I think I got like 727. So then in another color, I did that one. And then I'll add Wings of Fire to that. I'll probably get over 1,000. So I'll fill that in this evening. And I'm just kind of alternating the colors of when I finish the books. This one I have been completing every day. So I originally had like 10 down here and I couldn't fit. And then I think I put 50 and that like only came to here. And so I made it 20 as my range. And then I put 200 plus, because it's very rare that I'm going to get over 200 pages read every day. This first day 1, you could tell I was super motivated. I don't even know how much I read. I read half of With the Fire on High, and more than half, I think, maybe like 2/3 of it. Listened to it. This is the 117. This is what I need to hit every single day. It will go down as the month goes on for 2 reasons. 1, Joe's going back to school, and 2, and again, we don't know in what capacity that's going to look like, but he is scheduled to go back for professional development in the middle of the month. And 2, that Mistborn book will really slow me down. So my hope is if I can front load the first half of my month, then as I get down to Mistborn, which will be towards the latter half, if I only read 50 pages a day, this will kind of even it out. Does that make sense? So far today, I believe I've read close to 100 pages. So I just have a few more to get over that 117. That's why I put that dotted line right there. So those are my spreads. Here is my August budget. You've seen that already. This will be where my calendar goes. I don't think I'm going to use my calendar for books this month. Or if I do, I'll do 2 spreads of calendar because I want to have my calendar be for my budget items. And then this will be kind of like my wrap-up pages. So I thought that I could just lay down a few more stickers with you and wrap up this video. I am participating again this month in the Book Democracy's Book Tic-Tac-Toe. I haven't done it for a few months. I haven't really been motivated. I've been more mood reading right now. So I am going to see if any of my N.E.W.T.s that I'm starting August 1st, which is today, will get me a book tic-tac-toe. So I'll write down 1 through 9 and see if I can't maybe get 1. That'd be good. But my main focus this month is the N.E.W.T.s. And then this will be my wrap-up page. So I've already printed out 3 of the covers. So I finished this one first. And I think I'm going to start it here. And then I did the shadows. Just trying to figure out some spacing. I think I might do 4 across if I can fit 4. Yeah, we'll see. This is the first time I've ever done book covers, friends, so it might not work. And then I finished Wings of Fire. The other 2 rows might have to be smaller, which is fine. Here. So that is what my spreads for August are looking like so far, friends. I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing what I'm reading this month. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye-bye, y'all.